Yeah, there's a bit of a drop off at the end here.
5 miles west of Bryson City, North Carolina, Fontana Dam has a long and controversial past. Creating the deepest lake in North Carolina, the dam created hundreds of inlets across its 238 miles of shoreline. These inlets were once home to small towns and communities formed by the area's bustling logging industry. Forced to leave, towns like Noland, Bushnell, Forney, and Fontana were completely inundated by these contentious waters, stripping them of their homes and way of life. But Fontana's construction had a larger purpose, as it helped propel the U.S. to victory in World War II. Once the lake was formed, a road was proposed, promises were made, but things didn't go as planned. We spent 3 nights kayak camping on this incredible lake to explore its vast history.
One of the coolest things about coming to Fontana is that there's so much history and so many things that you can just come across.
Welcome to nowhere. Welcome to Green Ridge Outdoor Adventures. From high above at Clingman's Dome, Noland Creek winds its way down through the Smoky Mountains over 10 miles to Fontana Lake. And Noland Creek Trail follows it almost the entire way. But during the summer, the trail's last 800 feet is submerged under Fontana's rising waters. We are kayak camping for 3 nights at Backcountry Campsite 66. Welcome to day 2 of our trip on Noland Creek, Backcountry Campsite 66. Josh is doing a little bit of retread here on his feet and his new Chacos. Rained last night a little bit, actually this morning, and just enough to make everything wet again. So we're gonna hike to try to get to the Noland Creek Trail and hike up Noland Creek Trail to the Road to Nowhere tunnel and see some of the stuff around it and see what we can find. To see our paddle from Flat Branch Boating Access to Backcountry Campsite 66, please click on the link above. We are here in August, so since the last section of Noland Creek is underwater, we decided to hike through the woods to find the start of the trail. The day before, we kayaked up to the mouth of Noland Creek and were able to see the trail, but the hard part was finding a route to it through the thick woods.
I've been trusted with a camera. This is going to be dangerous. Time to go. Start kind of just angling down that way.
Yeah.
Don't fall. Yeah, there's the trail. Okay. Your butt. Oh. Easy, man. Yeah, there's a bit of a drop off at the end here. We got to get probably that way. Ready? Yeah. You don't have to put it in the... Yeah, we are here. And there's the trail.
That's where our campsite is down there. We're gonna head on up about a mile. That's where we came from.
These 2x4s are 2x like side by side?
Kind of looks like it.
Oh, they are. 2x4s.
Once we picked up the trail, it crisscrossed Noland Creek as we crossed over 4 bridges. After the 4th bridge, we came to a service road intersection that led to the southern end of the Noland Creek Trailhead parking lot.
Where do we go, George?
This is where we are right now.
Okay.
So we can go up here. This is the parking lot right here.
So go left then.
Another 1,000 feet ahead was another intersection with a short trail that led up to Lakeview Drive in the northern end of the parking lot.
Holy
It's big.
Yeah, I want to get a shot of that.
After seeing the Lakeview Drive bridge, we backtracked a bit back to the switchbacks and up the hill to the parking lot. The hike was just under a mile and took us about 40 minutes.
God almighty.
It's way down there.
And look how low the railing is.
From the Noland Creek Trailhead parking lot, we walked across the huge bridge, uphill less than a mile to the tunnel parking lot.
We're hiking up this road to a tunnel, and it's a lot steeper than we thought it was going to be. It's a lot further than we thought it was going to be. But we know as long as this tunnel leads to something, to somewhere, it will all be worth it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, there's a little trail up there. At least Kilroy was here too. The cool air coming out of this tunnel is amazing. It's like air conditioning.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sweating like a pig.
You're going to have to stay here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here for the rest of the day. Man, see, there's a trail up there.
Freaky.
In the 1930s and 40s, Swain County, North Carolina, gave out the majority of its private land to the federal government for the creation of Fontana Dam and Fontana Lake. Construction on the tallest dam east of the Rocky Mountains began in 1942 and ended in 1944. The dam's primary customer was Alcoa, a Pennsylvania-based firm receiving U.S. War Department aid for building aircraft and ships for World War II, as well as the Oak Ridge National Laboratory's Manhattan Project. The dam's eventual flooding of the area forced families to move elsewhere. At that time, NC 288 was the only road connecting Bryson City to small communities to the west, such as Proctor, Fontana, Noland, Forney, and Bushnell. These Smoky Mountain communities that had been their homes for generations were now gone, including the road to those communities, Old Highway 288. The government promised to replace 288 with a new road. The new Lakeview Drive would stretch along the north shore of Fontana Lake from Bryson City to Fontana, 30 miles to the west. But construction on the new Lakeview Drive was suddenly stopped, and the road ended at this tunnel, about 6 miles into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Environmental studies noticed that snowflakes melted unusually quickly on the newly exposed rock, potentially acidifying water runoff, thus endangering nearby ecosystems. The environmental issue was eventually deemed to be too expensive, and the roadwork was never resumed. Therefore, Swain County residents gave the unfinished Lakeview Drive its popular, albeit unofficial name, the Road to Nowhere. Located 8 miles northwest of Bryson City, this quarter-mile tunnel that marks the end of Lakeview Drive now serves as the trailhead for several hiking trails in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. After walking through the tunnel, we hiked down Goldmine Branch Trail to see several old homesteads and Backcountry Campsite 67. To see that video, please click on the link above.